tradition, respect, and solidarity. We are proud to share that through the support of our community. We have raised over $3,000 in donations. And a portion of those funds will be going to Dylan Isaacs Memorial Youth Camp, a Six Nations community program that provides you with a free, supportive space to learn basketball. We are honored to welcome two and more representatives from the organization who are joining us tonight. Susan Isaacs, Bonnie Skye, Cecilia Skye, Darius Hill, Pate Hill, Chloe Van Every, Trinity Gordon, and Fran Garlow. This evening, our players will be wearing a custom Indigenous-themed jerseys designed by Kaylani Thomas. I would now like to welcome VP Inclusion, Belonging, and Student Experience, Jason Seawright, to give the land acknowledgement.
Welcome. I would like to acknowledge I'm a guest to the sacred territories of the Anishinaabe, Wyandotte, and Haudenosaunee peoples. I am grateful to the past ancestors, present, and future caretakers of this land. I was born on the traditional territory of the Cree, Dene, Métis peoples in Treaty 10 territory, which is northern Saskatchewan, to Indigenous parents of Cree, Dene, Scottish, and French parents from Buffalo Narrows and Isle Cross. I am mindful of the unjust suffering and the sacrifices endured by First Nations children and their families caused directly through genocidal racism and colonization. I offer gratitude to the land on which Humber Polytechnic is situated and the Indigenous ancestors who resided here for centuries. In doing today's land acknowledgement, I want to reflect on tonight's theme of honoring Indigenous voices through sport. I also want to share a personal message from a friend of mine, the Gallagher family in Saskatoon. And they wanted to send their sincere appreciation for what you're doing and what you've done here. They lost their daughter in 2020, and Megan was missing for 2 years, and then they found her, and she was murdered. And I want to acknowledge him because in some way what we're doing here, and when we bring up and we remember some of the injustices, and we do something that comes from the heart and is sincere. He was supposed to be watching this and live streaming this, so I hope he is, and I send that message to you from him. And I hope that it helps him breathe a little easier, as it's been 5 years now since he's lost his daughter. So with heartfelt gratitude, I acknowledge the gracious generosity of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples for allowing me to visit and work on their lands. We're glad to host you in the sacred territories of Humber Polytechnic is located within the traditional and treaty lands of the Mississaugas of Credit, known as Local, place of the alders in Mississauga language. The region is uniquely situated along the Humber River watershed, which historically provided an integral connection for Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Wyandotte peoples. Between the Ontario Lakeshore and the Lake Simcoe Georgian Bay regions, now home to people of numerous nations, the Local continues to provide a vital source of interconnection for all. Our land acknowledgements example of what you've learned, and you are a role model to the people who are in the room. In wrapping up, I want to commend the Humber women's basketball team, coaches, and Humber athletics overall. You make me proud, and I believe Indigenous people stand a little taller as you embrace this theme, Educational Night, and in doing that, you yourself have learned and educated others on the topic of Red Dress Day, missing murdered Indigenous women and girls, and Two-Spirit Plus peoples. It's not an easy topic to discuss, address, and shine more light on. Yet, Humber's women's basketball team, it was you from the grassroots that choose to take this on. I admire that strength, empathy, and care for others. This topic needs to be shared more, and people need to be aware of it. But thank you once again for doing this. Kalani Thomas, I want to acknowledge you and the awareness and work you've done on this topic. Thank you. Sport has the ability to bring us together. I want to honor you athletes. As many others would like to be where you are today. You have achieved excellence, and I hope you achieve excellence in the future in all you do and make us all proud. No matter the outcome of this game, go forward, carrying us into a better future. Enjoy yourself, play hard, make memories. Maglitch, Neowin, Kinstumpman, thank you.
On behalf of the women's basketball team, we want to express our gratitude for leadership and commitment to this initiative. Jason, as a token of our appreciation, we would like to present you with a custom Indigenous-themed jersey signed by each player and coach. And as a reminder for everybody here and everybody watching at home, if you go to GoFundMe and search Humber Hawks women's basketball, you will be able to still help out and donate for this wonderful cause. Both teams, you will have 5 minutes to re-warm up before this game.
Well, not only the best in the West, but the two best teams in the OCAA women's basketball scene go at it here tonight. The Mohawk Mountaineers come into town to face off against the Humber Hawks. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hawks Nest. Zach Benoit alongside Kyle Dalton. And Kyle, we are in for a treat tonight. Two of the best teams in the OCAA better go head-to-head.
We are, and it's a treat of last year's OCAA Provincial Finals, a rematch of that as we get a look here, Zach, at the matchup between these two teams. You can see the biggest thing, zeros on both sides for losses. Someone is losing tonight. Someone's perfect season is coming to an end. But these are two high-powered offenses, but more importantly, really good defenses as well.
Yeah, Mohawk have shown that they have been absolutely, flat out disgusting on defense. Yeah. They are not letting anybody score. Opponents shooting a league low 27.5% from the field. The Mountaineers have just really been picture perfect since last year. Something kind of clicked in their game and they've been rolling. The Humber Hawks, as we know, they have always been a really solid program. And well, this year they're being led by their fifth-year vet in Sarah Baptu, who over her career as Humber Hawk, she's been really good defensively. This year, she's taking that next step forward on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and a big part of that is Kia Watt not being on the team anymore, obviously without her eligibility coming up to an end. Sarah Bapti has taken that step offensively. Like you mentioned, defensively, she's always been that backstop for Humber, but offensively, she's taking that next step and has really been the key for Humber's offense so far this season. And on a night-to-night basis, she has been outstanding. One of the top offensive players in the OCAA in terms of points per game, Zach. But like you mentioned a couple times already, the defense is what stands out from Bapti from day one.
Yeah, and she broke the record for steals in a playoff game just last year. It's just been tremendous stuff out of Sarah Bapti. She sits fourth in the OCAA in points, averaging 16.6. The person that's in front of her, Joanna Smith, she sits third. We actually discovered something a little bit shocking. Smith was penciled in as the starter initially, and we had a couple of the fantastic Humber athletic workers come up to us and say, hey, there's been a change on the side of Mohawk. Joanna Smith not starting. So that is something we have been trying to monitor as we head into this matchup, but that's a big storyline right there.
Yeah, it's a big loss, and like you said, we kind of penciled her in as a player you got to watch out for. You mentioned a top point getter in the OCAA, not in the lineup tonight, at least in the starting lineup. So chance for some other players on the Mountaineers to step up and something to keep an eye on as this game goes on.
Well, we are getting close to it, but for now we will throw it over to our PA announcer, Dwayne Bowles, for the starting lineups.
Hello there and welcome back to the Nest here. This is the Humber Athletic Center for this matchup between the Mohawk Mountaineers and your Humber Hawks. It's now time to meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Mohawk Mountaineers. A 5'9" guard at Waterloo, Ontario, number 4, Malak Dowie. A 5'4" point guard at Fredericton, New Brunswick, number 11, Vanessa Sophie. A 5'5" point guard at Tweed, Ontario, number 20, Sydney Drain. A 5'11" center out of Hamilton, Ontario, number 23, Tiffany Williams. A 5'9" guard out of Whitby, Ontario, number 33, Maddie Anderson. The head coach for the Mohawk Mountaineers is Mihai Radicano. And now, the starting lineup for your Humber Hawks, as put together by head coach CJ No Fuente. A 5'11" small forward out of Scarborough, Ontario, number 6, Beverly O'Meara. a 6-foot forward out of Venice, Italy, number 7, everyone, Destiny. A 5'3" guard out of Scarborough, Ontario, number 8, Marion Martin. A 5'7" guard out of Mississauga, Ontario, number 15, Sarah Baptiste. And a 5'9" shooting guard out of Brampton, Ontario, number 22, Marley Bonnick. Your officials for this matchup, Bobby Adore, Vince Pileggi, and Azam Khan. It is the game of the week. It is the Mohawk Mountaineers and your Humber Hawks.
Well, here we go. Best in the West matchup about to get underway. Here is the tip-off, and it's going to be Baptiste taking things away, trying to springboard Beverly O'Meara quickly. And how about that? 2 seconds in, you get 2 points.
Great start. Started with Baptiste, sets up the offense, and like you said, good little start here for the Hawks.
Again, it's going to be interesting to see how Mohawk can transition their game. They don't have their leading point scorer starting this game in Joanna Smith. And the pass down low there by Tahowie. Can't connect.
Yeah, without the presence of Smith, Maddie Anderson, great player herself, number 33. Top 20 in points per game as a turnover here, this time Zach for the Hawks. But still some firepower here for the Mountaineers. You know, they have some options offensively outside of Smith, but still will be a challenge.
Yeah, I think when you look at, you know, the statistics that Smith has put up as, hold on a second, down low, the battle for it. Bonnick is going to win it. Backing up there was Tiffany Williams. But Smith, 105 points scored in 6 games. She has just had a terrific start to the season. As Anderson guards Baptiste here. Martin pulling up for 3, lets it fly, but can't find it there. It's going to go out of bounds. Turnover here.
Yeah, and Smith is in Jersey and sitting on the bench, so, you know, not officially ruled out of the game, just not in the starting lineup. So we'll see if we do see her throughout this one.
Came as a shock. Obviously, we get here before the game starts. We're looking in pregame, and I see Smith sitting on the bench. Count the bucket and the foul. Beautiful basket there, Vanessa Sophie.
And Sophie getting her 6th start of the season in the 7th game for the Mountaineers. Not really known for her, you know, points per game, only averages just over 3. She's got 3 here in the first minute 15.
Yeah, big start right there. Just takes it right to the rim, and it's always a tough battle going down to the paint against Marley Bonnick, a player that is so good in paint presence. Trying to find Destiny cutting inside, but the pass too hot to handle. And early on already, Kyle, we're seeing a lot of good defense on both sides. Corner 3, not gonna count. Stepping out of bounds there was Sydney Drain.
Yeah, Hawks catch a bit of a break there, leaving Drain wide open. One of the better 3-point shooters, not only on this Mohawk team, but in the OCAA. So Hawks catch a break with Drain stepping on the line.
Baptiste has been just the absolute quarterback of this offense. She's here once more, swinging into the corner, finding Beverly. Trying to cut inside, pass to middle of nowhere. Tahowie hustling down the court, sets up Williams, and that's a great transition basket, all set up by Malak Tahowie.
And Tahowie takes advantage. A couple of the Hawks players stopped thinking that ball was going to go out of bounds, but good hustle play.
Marion Martin into the corner. They're swinging it around. Destiny trying to drive inside. Can't find anything. They get it back to Martin for 3. And Marion Martin cashing early.
Marianne Martin having one of her better offensive seasons. She's been hot as of late and keeps that going.
Has been a great 1A, 1B type player with Bapti. Big block down low by Bonnick. Here is Bapti. The shoulder shot can't go. Destiny fighting down low. Remois Destiny gets 2 of her own. Well, it's a fast pace to start this one. Again, 2 undefeated squads going head to head. The rematch of the gold medal game as Anderson puts up a shot, can't get it. Drain wide open, that's not gonna fall. Another offensive board, and it's bouncing out again. This time, Marion Martin able to get it and take it up court. And again, the defense on the inside. So tough, but Bapti, signature steal out of 15 to the net. Not finding anything there. Back and forth we go here. Early on, Humber, 2-point advantage. Sophie into the corner. Drain wanted to pull the trigger, but O'Meara was crashing in. Sophie guarded heavily. Anderson drains it.
And defense collapsed there a couple times on the last couple possessions. We saw Drain miss a 3 just a moment ago, and Anderson left wide open late in the shot clock. And that's something that the Hawks can't really give up.
Rebounded inside by Tiffany Williams, and partner, look who's getting ready to check on in.
Ooh, heads up over there.
DeHowie crashing into the stand. She's all right. Anderson pulling up another 3. This is a Mountaineers team. They shoot more 3-pointers than any other team in the OCAA. They also make more than any other team in the OCAA. 5 to go on the shot clock. In the corner, Anderson does not care who's guarding her.
And the Hawks are just giving a little bit too much space from 3-point land. Anderson will shoot it from 3, and she's made 2 already. Another turnover.
Sophie trying to cut down. Bapti guarding, and it's going to be a foul on Sarah Bapti.
Hawks did a good job at the beginning of this quarter, Zach. Kind of taming that inside with the paint. They didn't allow anything inside, so the Mountaineers adjust, and they make 3 3-pointers here in this little stretch, and has extended this lead.
Attempts per game, 21 attempted in a game average-wise for the Mountaineers. That has them 8th overall, but 3-pointers made in the game, 7.2. That is the 2nd best percentage in the OCAA. They are efficient scorers, and that's a Sophie putting on the pressure. This is something we see Humber do to a lot of teams, this full court press. And right now, Humber being put into that trap. They get it to Bapti, and she's gonna dribble on out, gets it up to Karina Winter-Josephs. Bapti going to the rim, can't connect there. Rebounded here, and taking it up is Sophie. Sophie has DeHowie with her, but Destiny closing in on the defense, doing a good job. And this is the matchup we've been waiting to see. Smith versus Bapti in the first round is going to go to Bapti, but the offensive board by Kendra Oliver.
Yeah, and that's where you need Peel to win that matchup down low, and another turnover.
Full court press again working for the side of the Mountaineers. DeHowie, Smith now looking for something, and she'll get called for the travel.
That ball kind of got caught up in her leg there. But give credit to this Mountaineers team. They've come out with a lot of energy to begin this first quarter.
Humber was up 7-5. Mohawk have gone on a 10-0 run ever since.
It's been on the defensive side of the ball for the Mountaineers, transitioning to offense.
Well, they spring it forward here. Humber trying to find something offensively. Look at the active hands again inside. Maddie Anderson. Destiny trying to dance around. Pulling up for a 3, but it's off the backside of the rim by Joseph. Bapty from the free throw line. That's not going to fall.
Bapty with a couple short misses here to begin the ball game. Gonna need her to make those if the Hawks are gonna come back in this one.
Oliver has Peel and Bapty, and it's stolen away by Sarah Bapty. 15 taking it up the court. Swinging over to the corner. Winner Josephs. Trying to find Peel down low. Michaela Peel goes up and gets hit hard. Foul, 2 shots for number 11.
And this is gonna be a big game for Michaela Peel and Marley Bonnick. The Mountaineers love to work down low inside the paint as well as the three-pointers. So they'll be tested here, and Michaela Peel getting a little bit of run with Bonnick on the bench.
Well, the only player listed as a center in this game is Tiffany Williams, number 23. Everybody else forward or guard. No, Tiffany Williams is a center. That's what Mohawk says that she is. And they have a really good tandem in Oliver and in Williams. 2 players that they can just rely on to get those boards. The offensive board trying to come through here for Humber, and they are able to keep it in, but never mind. Thought Oliver was going to be able to get there first. But it's Joseph who grabs it, keeps Humber on the attack. Winner Josephs, the nice little floater.
A great job by Winter Joseph. Doesn't settle for the 3 late in the shot clock. No, she's got a little bit of time and get a nice little floater in, cutting this lead.
Heavy pressure already, it's bouncing loose. Saleha Joseph takes it away. Now it's Bapty working a pick and roll here. Bapty cuts to the rim, and Sarah Bapty through contact gets 2.
There it is. That's Bapty's game right there. Great patience on the inside, waits for the screen.
And Bapty fighting with Maddie Anderson right at that center court line. Almost had another steal. Oliver, the spinning mid-range J, not going to go, but Anderson, the pressure inside. And how about the game early on out of Maddie Anderson?
Not only are these 2 firehouse offenses, Zach, but the defense is where they shine, especially, and it's on display here. Both teams very active defensively, and both teams looking for those turnovers that can create fast break opportunities.
Both these squads average over 40 rebounds a game. Mohawk 41, Humber 40. Bonnick down low, and she's gonna have to fight with Oliver there, who comes away with the rebound. Oliver takes it up court. Into the paint, fading away, not gonna go. Bonnick is there. Bonnick trying to set up Destiny. Destiny down low. Doesn't like what they see. They were resetting the play. Humber into the corner. Winner Joseph, and gets called for a travel.
Not a bad possession though. The ball's moving, which you want to see. It's not sticking anywhere for Humber. It's just finding those right opportunities and trying to keep this Mountaineers offense, especially their 3-point shooting, at bay here as this first half goes along.
This is a Mohawk Mountaineers team that has been pesky against the Humber Hawks for the last couple of years. In the last 5 meetings, 4-1 in favor of Mohawk. Marion Martin comes away with the rebound there. She's gonna cut back, trying to find an opening here. Number 8, taking a big step forward on the offensive side of the ball. Her M1 Destiny, down low, puts the shot up, bucket, and the foul.
Destiny got the mismatch down low, and she takes advantage. Good job by Marion Martin finding the mismatch, and Hawks take advantage of that with a good bucket by Destiny. And a little bit of a run here for the Hawks.
Man, these are the fun ones. It just seems like 2 heavyweight boxers throwing punches back and forth.
There's 4 teams in the building tonight, and none of them have lost.
Exactly.
So.
It's a fun night here in Etobicoke. Sophie has some room, mid-range J off of the rim and backboard into the arms of Marley Bonnick. And it looks like a foul is going to be called on Vanessa Sophie.
And now the Mountaineers getting tested with their first drought of the game. Haven't scored in a few minutes now, and their possessions really haven't looked as good as it did.
And look at the pressure again. Joanna Smith might not have been starting, but coming off the bench, she's trying to make an impact here. One of the best in the OCAA. Marion Martin trying to find a lane, doesn't like what she sees. Saleha Joseph, step back. And it's not gonna fall, but the offensive board comes through for Bonnick. Bonnick still has it. Into the corner. They swing it around. Destiny now gets hit hard there by Smith, and looks like a foul on the ground.
Yeah, reach and foul. A couple fouls to give, so baseline here for the Hawks with 14 on the shot clock.
Martin guarded closely by Sophie here. And she's calling for the pick and roll. Finds her lane, takes it, shot up, and it's good.
Another late shot clock play by Martin. Great patience with the left hand.
It's a really good job just kind of quarterbacking that entire possession. Baseline J, it's gonna connect there. Rachel Guazon.
Hawks holding for the final possession.
5 seconds to go. Martin, one-on-one. They're gonna swing it down low to Bonnick, puts it up, not gonna fall. And that'll do it for the first half. And after one, it's the Mountaineers 17, Humber Hawks 16. And wow, what a swing it was about midway through that first quarter. Humber looked like they were having control. They were playing the game they wanted to play. And then Mohawk, they said, hold on, our three-point shooting is just warming up really quick. 10-0 run flips this game completely on its head.
Yeah, and the Hawks respond right after that with a little bit of a run of their own. So you could say it's a game of runs, and that's what the first quarter showed here. So we'll see how the rest of this game goes, but you can kind of see both teams why they're undefeated so far in the season. One, they play really, really good defense. They force turnovers, and they run. The fast breaks are moving. That's what creates the offensive play for both these teams. And we saw the Mountaineers, the three-point shooting. I mean, they have 3 to 4 players who are over 35% from threes. And you mentioned it, the best three-point shooting team in the OCAA. So that's a threat. The Hawks shoot the ball well so far this season from three. They didn't really shoot it that well in the first quarter, but still some time here to get back into it from distance.
Well, when you look at what this Mohawk team has done to this point, again, obviously 6-0, they're playing tremendous basketball right now. But they have not had a team score over 65 points on them. Everything has been underneath. The most points that's been scored on them so far in the regular season was last time out against Fanshawe, but they still won that by 13. They are just having a tremendous start to their season. And again, it's Maddie Anderson leading the way, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, 2 of 4 from the field.
Yeah, Maddie Anderson, she really has the ability to not only play a part in the paint, but the ability to stretch the floor, and we saw that, those quick strokes from distance, and played a huge factor in that first quarter.
Yeah, just such a fast release. You know, she's set up here in the corner, the defender closed in on her. It doesn't matter, still pops the three, gets nothing but net. But my favorite game that I like to see when we get these stat sheets is find Sarah Baptie's name and see how many different stats she has gotten in one quarter. Already in this game, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 points for number 15. Here we go. Mohawk will have possession first. Maddie Anderson, who again quarterbacks the offense in that first quarter, trying to get something going again here. Tiffany Williams down low. And she'll be able to get that one. Not many times we've seen somebody be able to beat Bonnick in the paint.
Yeah, Bonnick was looking for the call, didn't get anything. And Baptiste steps out of bounds.
Joanna Smith making an impact here. Again, got scratched out of the starting lineup. We don't know why, but we thought it could have been injury related. Saw it in the pregame. She wasn't really active in pregame, so it was concerning. Obviously, you have 2 Titans going at it here tonight. You want to see all the best players on the floor, but it looks like whatever was ailing her is not ailing her anymore. She's on the court, playing some heavy minutes here. Ball in her hand. Guarded by Martin. Smith in the shoulder, finds Sophie. Deep two-pointer, but it's not going to go. Rebounded by Destiny. Or M1, Destiny. Some physicality down low here for the Hawks. Bapti and Bonnick working together. Bonnick using the strength. Bonnick. To Howie. Finds Smith. Joanna Smith, the soft touch. That's the first 2 points of the game for number 2.
Yeah, and in the game now offensively is Smith, and showing off some of the creativity she's got as well.
Look at this, the trap defense. But this time it's going to go the way of the Hawks. The foul on Smith.
Yeah, that'll be her second, so I'm going to keep an eye on here as we're just early in the second quarter.
Well, we're seeing it early on. Maddie Anderson, she can be playing on the other side of the court, but the second she sees a player up high, she is jumping on the double team in that trap defense.
Looking for those turnovers. Both teams had 7 in the first quarter.
Martin, why not? Can't get it to go, but winner Joseph's on the offensive board, and it's going to be blocked by DeHowie. Getting Smith springs quickly, but the defense there by Bapti, so strong. On the other side now, Anderson finds DeHowie. DeHowie trying to cut inside. Bench thought that Sophie was going to go for the 3, but the interior defense by the Hawks is so strong. And a lot of physicality going on between these two teams.
Looks like a kickball violation here against the Mountaineers. I think you're right. The Mountaineers bench definitely thought Sophie was going to shoot that. She probably should have. It was kind of late in the shot clock, had that open look. And eventually leads to a turnover.
Well, here we go again. It looks like it initially looked like a full court press, but Smith will just follow Bapti all the way down. That is just going to be a fun matchup to continue to watch. Bapti has space here, lets it fly, but it's going to be a little too strong off the backside of the rim. Fighting for it is Saleha Joseph, and it's going to go out of bounds. Mountaineers ball.
I think they're going to change this, Zach.
Oh, never mind.
Extra official came in and changed the initial call.
Well, that's why I wear glasses, my friend.
Yeah, it's all good. I got you.
I don't have that 20/20 vision like you do. Humber still in possession. 8 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. Winner Josephs trying to cut baseline. To Howie, Garden strong, and Bonnick had to let that ball go. It was going to be an up and down if she didn't. And it's going to be the Mountaineers taking it back the other way. To Howie trying to go baseline. Into the corner for Smith. Not a clean pass in and out of the hands of Joanna Smith.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle offensively for Bonnick to begin this game. So she's going to check out here, try to get something a little bit different here with Guillermo.
Sinat Guillermo, like you said, just get something different on the offensive look here. Winner Joseph went up like C.D. Lamb right there to get that grab. Nice little pass off too. Trying to go inside of Guillermo, but the pressure, it's so strong by the Mountaineers. Sophie running here. Into the corner, finds Anderson. They swing it around. Down low, Bapti onto Howie. High off the glass, and Howie gets it.
It's a good play by the Mountaineers, but it comes off a turnover for the Hawks, just trying to force the issue. And Mountaineers get the shot they want.
Saleha Joseph, baseline, and she'll step out of bounds.
Too many turnovers here for the Hawks. It's starting to get a little bit stretched out here in terms of the score, as we'll get another look here at a bucket from Bapti. But the Mountaineers taking advantage here of some turnovers, and now they give one right back with an offensive foul.
Humber yet to score here in this second quarter. It has been all Mountaineers.
They really just haven't had great looks offensively, and then when they do get their opportunities, they're turning over the basketball, just trying to force the issue a little bit. As much as they want to the offense to go through Baptiste. She's going to need a little bit of support here as this game goes on.
Yeah, got to find somebody that can help her. Marion Martin has been trying to. But Mountaineers, again, their defense has been stifling. Into the corner here, Baptiste, mid-range J, and a little too strong once again. Saleha Joseph gets the board. Martin into the paint, puts it up, not going to fall. Peel gets the rebound, but Anderson is in there. Jump ball is going to be called.
Gonna stay with the Hawks here. And we're gonna get a timeout on the floor. CJ Nofuente looking for some answers offensively. You mentioned it just a moment ago. The Hawks haven't scored yet. 4 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, trying to get something going here. It bounced around and
that was a bucket from the first quarter.
Last time the Hawks were able to get something offensively. Again, like you said, the turnovers have been really the biggest issue for Humber early on. And it's a team that we haven't seen a lot of turnovers from them on the year. They've been playing very smart. Usually the ones that are able to dictate the pace of the game, but right now it's been Mohawk that have been really just kind of holding down everything. We get a great look there at the whiteboard.
Yeah, CJ Nofuente trying to find some offensive answers, but I mean, give credit to the Mountaineers. This is a defense that the Hawks, let's be real, compared to the teams that they've played so far this season, this is a complete another level in terms of the defensive intensity that the Mountaineers bring on a night-to-night basis. We mentioned before they're one of the top defensive and offensive teams in the league. It shows in their standings. They're the reigning provincial champions for a reason. And it was interesting, you mentioned it earlier too, the Mountaineers, it's not like they ran the table last season. It was kind of an up and down season until the end where they kind of turned on the Jets, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're provincial champions, and they've relayed that right into this season with an undefeated start to their regular season.
Well, not only are they a team that, put up the most shots, score the most points, but they also do it on defense as well. Marion Martin trying to find something, gets the offensive board there. Looking for Joseph on the outside, but couldn't find her. Opponents' assists per game for the Mountaineers is 11.3, but the thing that really opened my eyes was the steals per game. They're getting 19 steals per game. Peel finds Martin, who goes to Baptiste. They're looking for something offensively. Saleha Joseph can't find it there. Another jump ball down low. Humber trying to just keep pace with the three-point shooting of Mohawk, but again, Mohawk, the most efficient three-point shooting team in the league. They go down to Oliver, and that's great interior defense. That is amazing defense by Sarah Baptiste.
Great recognition by 15 there, Sarah Baptiste. Knew that ball was going out of bounds and just threw it right off the legs there.
Baptiste, such a smart player. We've seen her grow every single year, and this year she is blossoming. Looks like charge is going to be called. Vanessa Sophie has been taking a beating early on, but every time she gets hit, she's getting right back up. Trying to find something here are the Hawks. They need a big defensive stop. Good defense on the outside to Smith. They leave Oliver open in the corner. She's pulling up for three. Kendra Oliver.
And it's the extra help that comes, which wasn't really needed. Peel comes into the paint with already two players there, and it leads to the wide open three for Oliver.
Joseph, baseline. Joseph foul as she goes up. So she'll go to line to shoot two here. But again, we're 4 minutes, 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Humber still haven't scored. 9-0 run here in the second quarter.
And a big thing in that first quarter that led to some of those points were a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals defensively that led to the fast break chances back the other way and regaining possession of the ball. They really just haven't had that here in the second quarter. It shows with they haven't yet to make a field goal. A couple points there from the free throws, which is good, but still looking for their first field goal.
2 subs coming in here. Kate Ross comes in for the Mohawk Mountaineers. And it looked like Beverly O'Meara coming in here for Humber. A stretch pass at Joanna Smith. Working with Kendra Oliver. Newly entered in Ross. And Joanna Smith trying to find from 3, but not going to be able to. And I think that hit off the shot clock, and that's what they are going to call.
And Smith, Joanna Smith there with a pretty good look from distance. Came up empty, but had a pretty good shot.
This is the best test, like you said, Humber has had all year long. How are they going to respond? Winner Josephs trying to find it. Way too strong of a shot there from beyond the arc.
And the Hawks, they're not a bad three-point shooting team this year. They shoot it at just over 25% from 3 this season. But from history standpoint, they don't shoot the 3 ball very well as a team. They're more inside the paint, try to find the man open with those cuts.
And it's just been hard so far in this game because you got Tiffany Williams, who's down low right there, fighting for it. And then Kendra Oliver, who's been such a great secondary option. Marion Martin carries it over. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Martin and Garamue, the pick and roll. Martin into the corner for Winner Josephs. The shoulder shot here from 3, not going to go. Garamue trying to put up the shot. Second chance, not going to fall. Out of bounds off of the Hawks. Drain will carry it over the timeline here. Guarded closely by Martin. Smith, a burst of speed. Smith, soft touch. And that's Joanna Smith in a nutshell.
And it's movement. That's what Smith does. Doesn't stop, no panic.
Bonnick pulls up for 3, and that was needed. Marley Bonnick, big time 3-pointer, ends the lengthy drought that Humber have had here in this quarter. Oliver, shoulder shot, and it's a laser straight into the basket. 9-point lead, biggest of the game right here for Mohawk. Peel, guarded closely by Oliver. Ball gets hit away, and Drain will go down and get it. And everybody in the Hawks Nest saw the travel and was just waiting for the ref to call it, and finally it gets called. Here's another look. Joanna Smith, when she gets open space and is able just to drive to the net, I mean, a difference maker on the court.
But it's moving without the ball, right? You saw her get out of the corner, find a spot in the open lane, and then a good pass on the inside and a good finish. Hawks finally get their first field goal with that 3 from Bonnick, not known for her 3-point shooting. But Hawks will definitely take it for sure. I mean, it's been an offensive struggle for sure here in this second quarter, but give credit to the Mountaineers. Their offense has been up to par here in the second quarter, but their defense has been incredible to watch right now. They're very active defensively. Hawks are forcing it a little bit on the inside, trying to find it. And the active hands for the Mountaineers has led to a few turnovers and a few offensive opportunities as well.
Yeah, when you look at the numbers that Mohawk has had on the year and really what they've been able to do, holding their opponents to the numbers that they have, it is just numbers that you don't normally see. I mean, 27.5% from the field is what opponents are averaging over 6 games. That's not a small sample size either. You know, you'd understand if it's like the first 2-3 games of the season. You're 6 games in now, game number 7. I mean, and you're holding teams to 27% shooting.
I think a big part of that is they are frustrating the opponent. You can see that with Humber, a little bit frustrated with their offense right now, and that's exactly what the Mountaineers want.
Mohawk has had Humber's number the last couple of years. Humber looking to try to regain the upper hand in the rivalry. Winner Josephs pulls up for three, offline, not gonna fall, but rebounded by Bonnick. She's gonna hold on to it. They swing into the corner for O'Meara. Doesn't like what she sees, pulls up a second time, gets blocked. Her own rebound though. They give it to Bonnick, who pulls up for three, off the rim, not gonna fall. Destiny fighting for it, and she'll step out of bounds.
I'd like to see O'Meara take that first shot when she had it. Said pump fake, went for a second opportunity. Good defense there from Tiffany Williams. But O'Meara's one of those players too, you kind of want the offense from her to get going. The secondary option from Bapti. O'Meara is a player that could do so.
Yeah, when she is on her game from beyond the arc, one of the more lethal shooters we see for the Hawks. Williams battling, but Bonnick is blocking.
And that's what you want. A little bit of energy defensively. Good play by Bonnick, staying in there against the tough Tiffany Williams.
Maddie Anderson and Vanessa Sophie check back in here. But what you need for the Hawks right here, you need a defensive stop. Get something on the board, close this deficit a little bit more. But Smith trying to answer it, not gonna go. And Oliver just puts it up, offensive board, and they're gonna call the foul. Going to the line, shoot two is Maddie Anderson, and what looked like a shot clock violation turns into 2 free throws for the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Yeah, just catching the rim there at the last second. But a smaller lineup here for the Hawks. It gets a bigger unit from the Mountaineers, and you saw Anderson just leap over Winter Joseph there with the easy rebound, and then eventually got fouled on the back end by O'Meara.
Joanna Smith goes down here and looks back at her team and said, hey, where's everybody? She's like, come on. And nobody wanted to move. She's like, okay. 1:40 left to go here. Humber looking for something. Beverly O'Meara trying to find that.
There you go.
Big time three out of number 6.
She's got the ability for the Hawks to get some offense. Comes through there.
Smith guarded closely, gets it taken away, and Karina Winter Josephs draws the foul, but you can see behind the play, Smith grabs the jersey and just yanks her back.
Yeah, not a good foul by Drain. So that's going to be her third, so it's going to be an sporting foul from Smith. So not only a couple free throws for the Hawks, but they'll keep possession of the ball, and Smith gets that third foul, and that's a big one. As we get a look here at the foul from before.
This could be a big swing. Granted, yes, there's only 1:20 left to go in the first half, but if you're the Hawks, considering how this half went, if you're able to close this to a 2-point deficit or a 3-point deficit, I mean, you take that every day of the week.
Yeah, and successful trip there for Winter Joseph. So she comes up with the steal on the back end of that O'Meara three. And then just like that, it's a 5-point swing, and you got the ball here down 5. And just like that, you're right back in it.
Bapti checks back into the game here. Trying to single the offense. Bapti cuts in. Bonnick had an opening, but elects to drive instead. Bonnick, the soft roll off the fingers, around the world and down the hoop. Marley Bonnick, the soft touch to the glass.
The scoop and score.
Drain pulling up for 3, in and out of the rim. Williams will get the garbage there.
Yeah,
offensive board.
Yeah, tough break there. Bonnick fell down and led Williams wide open.
Bapti has an opening. She's taking it, and it's bouncing in and out of the rim, rebounded by Oliver. Sophie will take it here. 30 seconds to go, and a foul called on Karina Winter Josephs.
Hawks with a couple fouls to give here, so be side out of bounds. As we get another look here at the Bonnick scoop and score.
Woo-hoo.
You set it up. Sitting on the rim and falls in.
Just the soft touch, the finger roll, you gotta love it.
Hawks should get one more possession here if they can get a stop.
Destiny guarding Oliver close. Great exterior defense here. Try to go to the shoulder. Williams pulls up, bounces around, but Anderson, the mismatch. Maddie Anderson just snuck baseline. Humber will have one more shot here. 5 seconds left to go here in the first half. Winner Josephs will draw the blocking foul there. It's Maddie Anderson that's going to be on with 1.6 left to go.
Yeah, it'll be a couple shots here for Winter Josephs. That's a couple possessions we saw Anderson get that mismatch down low with Karina Winter Josephs and able to take advantage of an opportunity.
First shot by Winter Josephs is good, and yeah, we've seen Maddie Anderson do it a numerous amounts of times here already.
But a really good response here by Humber after not scoring a bucket in the first 4 minutes. They've really responded nicely to cutting this lead.
Shot's not going to fall, rebounded, and that'll do it for the first half. 35-29 is the score. The Mohawk Mountaineers, they used a 10-point swing, and that's what they've been holding on to ever since. 6-point lead as we head here into halftime.
Yeah, we talked about it at the end of the first quarter, a game of runs. The Mountaineers went on a run to begin the second quarter. Hawks with a really good response in the second half of that second quarter and able to cut into the lead. Mountaineers showing off the offense and defense and lead by 6.
Well, we will step aside for about 20 minutes or so and be right on back here with more OCAA action of the best in the West. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back here, second half action in the Hawks Nest. It's a battle for best in the West. Mohawk and Humber going at it here. The Mountaineers 6-0, Humber 3-0. Zach Benoit, Kyle Dalton here with you. And, well, Kyle, we're getting right into the action here. There were still 30 seconds left in halftime. They said, screw that, let's get right back to the action.
And they've been flying already here in the first 30 seconds. Ready on our third possession here, only 30 seconds into the second half.
Marley Bonnick looking for some offense down low, but can't get it there. Williams, again, the interior defense out of her has been strong all night long. Sophie and Anderson working as a tandem up top. Anderson sees an opening, takes the shot, but air balls.
Yeah, Hawks will take that for sure.
Maddie Anderson leading the way for the Mountaineers, 9 points. She was 3 of 5 before that shot, now 3 of 6.
See if the Hawks offense can get going here.
That's a heavy block, but an offensive board there. And trying to find a cutting Bapti, but it's a kickball violation. I don't know if you saw behind the play, but Marley Bonnick set a hard screen on a Joanna Smith. And Smith, she has that right kind of tricep taped up, and she took the hit on that arm, and she felt it in the shoulder. Beverly O'Meara trying to help out Bapti on the offensive side here. Sarah Bapti cutting inside, nice little move. Try to create space, shoulder shot, not gonna go. O'Meara comes inside. Gets the bucket, gets the foul, will go to the line to shoot one more.
And that's what you want, movement without the basketball, right? O'Meara doesn't give up on the play. After the shot attempt there by Destiny, O'Meara just follows up the loose ball, beats the defender to it, and gets some contact with the bucket, and a great start here for the Hawks.
Remember the Hawks, they went about 4 or 5 minutes without scoring in the second quarter. And here they are cutting into this lead. And the refs are gonna discuss something here. And I think it was who the foul was on initially, because I believe they called it on number 11, Sophie, and she was saying, well, I wasn't even anywhere near the play, but they correct it to Sydney Drain. Sophie guarded closely here. They swing it out to Smith, wide open. She pops the three, it's not gonna go. Rebounded by Bapti. Looking up court now, but active hands by Tiffany Williams. O'Meara takes it away now. Setting up Destiny to the rim. Second chance, and blocking foul. Destiny will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that whole play there is set up by Bapti. Yes, she turned over the ball, but what does she do? She gets right back into the play, forced the turnover, and then the Hawks get the ball right back. That leads to the foul and a couple free throws coming up. So it's Bapti who doesn't give up on the play. Yeah, she made a mistake with the turnover, but right back into it, get the ball back, and that's what happens with O'Meara, who jumps in and steals it away.
Aremwan Destiny, third-year player out of Venice, Italy, at the line here to shoot 2. First one is good. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've seen a 1-point game really since the first basket of the game here.
And the Hawks haven't led since it was 2-0 in the first 5 seconds of the game.
Well, they trail by 1. They've come out of the gates hot here in the second half, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered. Good trap defense on the side here by Bapti. They're gonna call a blocking foul though. Sarah Bapti thought she got the charge.
I'd love to have a look at that one again. That was pretty close. Looked like the Hawks did a good job of trapping that offensive possession there for the Mountaineers, but Bapty gets charged with a foul.
I think my favorite part about that whole sequence is right behind the official is Bapty's family. they're in the official. You gotta love it. This pops out and gonna be an over and back, but the Hawks, this defense has been stifling.
And that's something that we didn't see at the beginning of the second quarter, where they really couldn't generate any offense. A lot of the offense here so far in this one, in the second half, is sparked from the defense.
That's their game. That's how the Hawks have really played all season. They transition from defense to offense so well, as Sinat Garamue gets the foul there, and going to the line to shoot two will be Vanessa Sophie.
The ball is over to Sinat Garamue. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 2.
Sophie, first shot, it's good.
And this is the Mountaineers team who, they're the best free throw shooting team in the league. They shoot at over 80%, as I jinx it there, but
It's a good old Castor Kibosh.
yeah, Hawks will definitely take that, but want to keep the Mountaineers off the line with their ability to hit those free ones.
Well, Humber looking for an equalizer here. Down by 2. Marion Martin cutting inside. O'Meara likes what she sees, puts it up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's Vanessa Sophie that gets the call.
And talked about it in that first half. O'Meara has the ability to be that second option to Bapty and really create offense on her own. She had a nice three-pointer late in that second quarter to kind of get some confidence going for her, and an and one on the first couple possessions of this second half, and a good aggressiveness there to get herself a couple free throws.
Yeah, she is a solid second-hand player to Bapty. Goes 2 for 2 at the line here. And partner, we've been waiting for her first appearance. Persia Martin Brown makes her season debut here. Again, a pivotal part of this team last year. She's been dealing with illness, injury to start the season. Look at Beverly O'Meara. Offensively crashes into the door just behind us. That entire play set up because of Beverly O'Meara.
Bringing a lot of energy now is O'Meara, and on full display defensively. Said it multiple times, defense to offense. Hawks with a chance to take their first lead since the first minute of the game.
Martin pulling up for 3, not gonna go. Rebounded by Delohi. To Howie now on the far side. Goes to the baseline, steps out of bounds, and again, it's Beverly O'Meara. This time defensively out of number 6.
Huge first 3 minutes here from O'Meara. It's exactly what the doctor ordered. Hawks needed a bit of energy outside of Bapty, and might have found it with O'Meara.
Oliver checks in here for DeHowie. Humber have something rolling. Martin Brown can't find it there. Too hard off the glass. Into the corner, Joanna Smith, guarded closely by Winter Josephs. Now it's Maddie Anderson. Drain, they go down low to Oliver. Into the corner for Anderson, she's pulling up for 3, and Maddie Anderson is cashing again.
Mountaineers needed that one badly to end the run. Their first field goal of the quarter, and it's a big one from Anderson, her third of the game.
Up top, Destiny was wide open. She's gonna let it fly, and it's too hard off the backside of the rim. Easy rebound, Humber down by 3 now.
I know they're giving you that shot, but don't settle. Destiny's game is down low. Attack.
They swing it to the corner, 3, and that's cashed in right there by Guazon.
And it's a dangerous time here if you're the Hawks. If the three-pointers start going for the Mountaineers, it could be trouble.
Humber need an answer on offense. Can't fall into a drought like they did in the second quarter. Martin trying to find something to the corner. O'Meara, she's driving now. A lot of contact, charging foul.
momentum has been shifted right back into the favor of the Mountaineers.
The foul is on number 6, Beverly O'Meara. Personal foul number 2, team foul number 3.
It is a 6-0 run ever since Humber got the tie. And the 6 have been scored by 2 3-pointers.
Well, that's a threat this Mountaineers team has, even when they get down, as a turnover here off the hands of Smith. But that's the thing with the Mountaineers, is they could quickly turn this game back into the direction they want it to with their ability to shoot from 3.
Saleha Joseph cuts to the lane, and the basket and the foul. Wasn't sure if it was going to be called on the ground or not, but they give it to her, and she finishes at the rim. 2 big points there, a third one.
And that's Smith's 4th foul. We saw late in that first half, she took that unsportsmanlike foul, which was not the smartest play. Cost her kind of a cheap foul there. Now she picks up one here late in this, or rather halfway through this third quarter. And now she might have to come out of this game.
I think they're going to call the foul on number 23.
No, they called it on Smith.
They're trying to plead their case right now, but no, the ref says number 2.
And that's her 4th. A little bit of a quiet night offensively for Smith compared to what we're used to.
And obviously we don't know if she was coming into the game with an injury. She got hurt during pregame, but it was something we were monitoring, and you hate to see it, just because you don't want star players going down in big time games like this. And offensive foul, or excuse me, blocking foul there.
Well, this is a really good game for the Mountaineers to show what kind of depth they have. You know, they're outside of their leading scorer, not really doing much offensively, and they're still up 3 right now here in the 3rd.
Fighting down low, and one too many steps right there for DeHowie. And I think you're absolutely nailing the hammer right there. I mean, everybody from the side of the Mohawk Mountaineers is helping out here. The bench has been huge. Kendra Oliver, 7 points coming into the quarter. In the corner now, Saleha Joseph for 3. It is a 1-point game, all thanks to number 9. Anderson puts up the shot, gets fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Every time it feels like Humber get the momentum back, Mohawk, they drive right down the court. They'll either score or draw the foul, and it sucks the life out of this place every single time.
And here's Joseph on the back end of that play. Big game for her off the bench in the Hawks' last victory, into double digits, and picks up another bucket there. 4 points on the night for Joseph, and another one of those players, kind of a sneaky threat offensively. She has the ability to get going and get hot quickly. So we'll keep an eye on that here in this tight one. Hawks right now with this free throw stuck 3.
And I called it a 3, but it was a deep 2 from Joseph there. So my apologies there, Saleha. Marion Martin working around. Joseph beyond the arc. Driving inside. Joseph with the left hand, too strong. Rebounded, and going down hard was Kendra Oliver.
Yeah, Peel kind of got caught there underneath. And Oliver kind of landed awkwardly on the back of Peel there. Oliver looks to be okay with some assistance getting up here, which is good to see.
Yeah, she'll head off the court here. Yeah, just the way she went down, it looked like it could have been a lot worse, but she gets up off of her own strength and able to walk off the court. That's a great sign for Mohawk. Somebody that has just been so impactful off the bench. She has 8 rebounds. She was leading the team coming into this quarter, and she's started on the bench. I mean, that just shows you the impact that number 35 has had on this game. Bapti checks in here for Peel, and then for Oliver, it was number 20, Sydney Drain, and she'll take the 2 free throws. So 3-point game, make it a 4-point game now. Drain goes 2 for 2.
Both teams in the bonus too as this goes down with 4 minutes to go in the quarter.
They're going to call a travel on Joseph. So Humber, they've had a couple of just tough offensive possessions here, still looking for something. Again, they've got it close every single time, but Mohawk has been able just to kind of suck the momentum out on the very next play. Anderson all the way open. It's an air ball. Howie crashes into the wall, can't keep it in. Humber need an offensive success here. There's been a quiet night offensively for Sarah Bapti, only 2 points coming into the quarter. Winner Josephs finds Bapti. Puts the shot up and goes out of play.
Yeah, Bapti's just a little bit off offensively tonight. The defense is always going to be there, no matter what. She always brings that intensity, but the offense just a little bit off here tonight. Not what we're used to seeing to begin the season for Bapti. But got to find a way out of it here in this third quarter, stuck 5.
They tried a full court press there, but Mohawk get out of it easily. To Howie. Looking for Williams down low, finds her, fading away, spinning around, finds it.
Really nice move on the inside by Williams. Had a little bit of a mismatch rather down low. And a nice spin move, gets a friendly roll.
Destiny goes down and will go to the line to shoot 2. Maddie Anderson picks up the foul. Her first of the game.
Yeah, Anderson having a really good night. Saw her make a couple threes in that first half, but give credit to Destiny attacking. Don't settle. We saw a few possessions ago she settled for that 3-pointer. They're going to give her that 3-pointer. She doesn't shoot it very well from distance. So drive to the rim, and that's what she does there. And picks up a couple free throws. And she's yet to make a 3-pointer this season, Zach. So don't settle from 3. Get to the line and try to find those free ones. And she shoots it from the free throw line very well, 85% on the season, and makes a couple there.
And the full court press again, but this time it was a full team press. Leaves it open. Persia Martin Brown, welcome back.
Flying through, Martin Brown. The full court press, Martin Brown had to get back into it. The flyby and takes that one away. Persia Martin Brown, what a play.
The intensity is what they've been missing inside from Persia Martin Brown. Oliver spinning, Oliver. Doesn't matter how many defenders are on her.
Back into the game after coming down hard just a moment ago. Direct impact for Oliver.
8-point lead it is for Mohawk, and Anderson makes the play inside. A steal for 33. She's cutting in, shoulder shot, catches, nothing but net.
That's too easy there. Just a bad turnover by Winter Josephs. Trying to force the issue a little bit. And leads to a transition bucket.
O'Meara open for 3, and it's in and out. Rebounded by Destiny. Goes down, a lot of contact. Can't find it there. Oliver comes down with another rebound. Anderson, easy layup. The transition points out of Mohawk right now have been elite.
Might need a timeout here soon, as this one pushing the double digits once again.
Three-pointer winner. Josephs can't find it. Another rebound. Kendra Oliver has been a vacuum on the defensive front.
Yeah, I think she might have to come out of this game, unfortunately.
DeHowie can't find that one. Rebounded, winner Josephs, and she's going to try to take it up to Howie, draped all over her. They go down to Persia. Martin Brown. A lot of contact there. Sydney Drain is going to get the foul called on her.
Yeah, Oliver tried to test out something and looked right to the bench after that defensive rebound on the previous possession, but what a fighter there Oliver is.
Yeah, I got to tip my cap to Oliver. She came back into this game after taking a heavy, heavy fall.
Yeah, she looked at her coach and said, I think I'm done.
I mean, the rebounds, they speak for themselves of what she was able to do in this game. A force inside the paint all night long. Martin Brown got the first one and will miss the second. 1 for 2 at the line there for Persia. And she's working it here, steals it now. Persia Martin Brown, the blocking foul. She'll go right back to the line for 2 more.
And not only does she come up with a steal, but you take it right back where it came from, right at the rim. Get some contact, get back to the line. That's exactly what she does. A really nice play for Martin Brown. The opportunity once again at the line.
103 points scored total last year. She appeared in 16 games, started 9 of them. Had 25 total steals, 96 rebounds. 2 for 4 at the line here tonight. It is a 10-point game, 1:30. Bapti trying to fire up her squad. Gets that one away. It goes off of Drain. Possession back into the hands of the Hawks. 1:20 left to go. They got to find something offensively here. Marion Martin guarded closely by Maddie Anderson. Calls for the pick and roll. Drain now. They give it to Bonnick. She's pulling up for 3. In and out of the rim. Rebounded by Beverly. Count the bucket and the foul. Beverly O'Meara.
Doing it on both ends, and O'Meara, big offensive rebound. And then puts it right back up with contact. Another and one for O'Meara. Heck of a third quarter for Beverly O'Meara.
12 points for number 6 on the night. Off of the bench, she's making an impact. 58 seconds left to go here. Drain trying to take it down. Anderson wide open for 3. Not going to fall. Bapti gets the rebound. Bapti taking it across the timeline with some speed. 45 left to go here. Bapti sees her lane, takes it down, gets fouled hard.
The Hawks wanted a potential unsportsmanlike call there on DeHowie. She went right at Bapti after the foul, and now a technical foul.
That's
charged to the
that's what Bapti was looking for. She went down. You can kind of hear her from here. She was saying she hit me in the head as I was going down. Even the head coach, he said, you got to play smart.
You're Bapti now. You got to make him pay. A couple free throws. Hawks will keep possession here. So this could be quite a swing here late in this third quarter. So 3 free throws. You got the tech and you got the 2 free ones. So they won't keep possession. It'll be
just the extra free throw.
Yeah, just the extra free throw, but still, Hawks will definitely take that.
Yeah, 6-point game here. 40 seconds left to go. Second one can't go, and rebounded there by Bonnet. Can't find it. And that's been the tough one, is Marley Bonnick just hasn't been able to work her magic down low. Martin Brown trying to find something, and Anderson draws the foul.
It's not a foul you really love this late in the quarter, up top like that, above the three-point line, near the half-court line. No reason for a foul there. And not only is the foul, it gives a couple free throws as the Mountaineers are in the bonus, but with 28 seconds left here, it kind of guarantees the Mountaineers another possession with that foul. So Hawks catch a break there with the missed free throw, but we'll see on this one.
It'll be a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 1 for 2 at the line goes Anderson. And here we go. Bapti takes it across. Martin Brown has it. She's driving down. Persia can't find it, gets her own rebound, goes up again. Persia Martin Brown shows the strength. 12 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Sophie takes it across. Anderson down low. Guazan can't find it. And it's going to roll out of play, and Marley Bonnick, I think she thought it was Hawks ball, just from the facial expression.
Yeah. Only 2/10 of a second here, so technically you can't really get a shot off. I think you need at least 3/10 of a second to get a shot off. But a heck of a third quarter and a great response by the Hawks.
This has been a fun game, to say the least. Two of the best teams in the OCAA going head-to-head as we're headed to the fourth quarter. Mohawk 55, Humber 50. Oh, man.
And it really has been a game of runs. We said it from the first quarter. Both teams have had their set of runs. You mentioned it as well. The Hawks were able to push back, and then the Mountaineers just keep finding a way to get back in the lead, keep growing that 5-6 point lead, and that's where we stand right now, a 5-point game. But a big third quarter from Persia Martin Brown and Beverly O'Meara, both those two bringing that extra energy and allowing the Hawks to get back into this one. And if you're the Hawks right now, you have to find a way to contain Maddie Anderson right now, who has had a heck of a game.
Well, how about this? It's two offenses that have been so good, and you see right there Persia Martin Brown making an impact. But it's also been two defenses that have been stellar all year long. And both teams have held opponents to 51 points average. That's second best in the OCAA. These two teams are playing some of the best offense and some of the best defense we've seen. It has just been a fun one, really, to say the least, partner. It has been so fun to watch.
It has been, and if I told you, Zach, that the Hawks would be shooting 26% from the field tonight, you'd say they're probably not in this one. Well, it's a 5-point game headed into the fourth quarter, and they're shooting by far their worst margin of the season. So you think you kind of have to feel okay where you're at if you're Humber right now. You're shooting 26% from the field, 15% from three, and they're right in this one. On the other side for the Mountaineers, pretty decent, efficient night for them. 42% from the field and 33% from three. Maddie Anderson, game high 19 points. Hawks will have to contain her here in the fourth.
Sophie has it here, goes down low to Williams, into the corner. Guazan, the shot not gonna fall, in and out of the hands there of O'Meara, and that's foul number 5 on Joanna Smith.
At 12 seconds into this fourth quarter, you like, you know, the energy that she brings, the aggressiveness there, but you have to know where you're at in the game. 4 fouls and a mistake by Joanna Smith is going to cost her. And you think back to that little grab that she made on Persia Martin Brown at half court back in the late in that first half. Big difference there.
That's just been a tough day for number 2. Again, obviously she's been so good all season long. It's just a hard day at the office as Beverly O'Meara gets called for the travel.
A little bit of a slip there. But that is a huge swing. We know that Smith hasn't really done much offensively here tonight, but that doesn't mean she wasn't able to make a huge impact in the fourth quarter, and now with those 5 fouls, she will not be able to.
Well, you saw what happened when she was on the court. All of the offense started going through Maddie Anderson. It's because, Humber notices, hey, this is a player that's averaging 17 points per game in the OCAA. We got to double team her, guard her. And then you leave Anderson open, and that allows opportunity for everybody else.
It's a great point. It opens up so many more options for the Mountaineers. That's now not there.
Baptiste, shoulder shot. It's in high arcer. Not going to go. And 14th rebound, 12th defensive rebound for Kendra Oliver, who has just been so steady in the paint for the Mountaineers. Oliver goes up. A lot of contact, and she still gets it.
Thought her night was over after she came out of the game limping. She's battling right now, having a heck of a performance, a season's best.
Double-double is recorded for 35. Marion Martin, nifty behind the back move, trying to create space, can't find it there. Bonnick trying to head down court, puts the shot up, not gonna fall. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, I think you want to see Marion Martin kind of go up with that ball. Only 4 or 5 seconds left on the shot clock, putting Bonnick in a tough spot up atop of the three-point line with the shot clock almost expiring. She had to force something out.
Well, the 2 players that have been so strong for the Humber Hawks, Marley Bonnick and Sarah Baptiste, they've just been held in check here offensively. Anderson, another 3. And oh man, oh my, Maddie Anderson is on fire.
Averaging over 20 points per game in her last 3. And showing it off here.
Baptiste, step back 3, cash it.
Look, it hasn't been a good offensive night for Baptiste, but this is the time, fourth quarter time for Sarah Baptiste. Her team's kept them in it. Now it's her time to take over.
Down low pass, Sophie, and O'Meara will get called for the foul. It is, we've said it numerous times, it has not been the most efficient night shooting for the Humber Hawks. Sarah Baptiste, with the last 3-pointer there, is able to get it. They're still in it. It is a 6-point game. It's not like Mohawk is kicked the gates open here.
No, they're not, but I mean, like we talked about it many times, the concern for the Hawks is Maddie Anderson right now, especially if that 3-pointer keeps going. It's going to be hard for the Hawks to kind of chip away. There's only so much time left in this one. But yeah, I mean, if you're the Hawks right now, the way that they've been shooting, they're, like you said, right in it. I feel okay.
Maddie Anderson is 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, 21 points. I mean, an elite day for number 33. Baptiste working on Sophie here. Baptiste, baseline, can't find anything, trying to find Peel, and it gets punched away into the waiting arms of Oliver. Sophie taking it down the court. One-on-one here with Winter Josephs. At the shoulder, Anderson again for 3, and it's offline. Off the hands of Destiny. Mountaineers have possession. 1.8 left to go on the shot clock. And we saw this earlier in the game too, partner, where Mohawk needed to get a playoff. They get the shot clock and then the basket right afterwards.
Good defense there. Shot clock violation. And that's where Humber needs to start. Get the stops. Transition that into the offense.
8-point game here. Humber just needs somebody to step up offensively. Baptiste thought about pulling the trigger, but didn't like what she saw. Gives it off to Peel. Joseph with the defender crashing. Can't get it to go. Who else? Kendra Oliver again cleaning up the dirty laundry. Guazon for three, it's not gonna go, and now Mohawk, they're just starting to put threes up like it's nothing. Destiny hopping in and out of the hands. And a couple empty possessions here for Humber in this fourth quarter, with time running out. Back up top here to Oliver. Sophie, they find Anderson, the quick release off the front of the rim.
That was a good look for Anderson.
Bit of a break there for the Hawks, trying to get some offense going. It's been tough. Bapti beyond the arc, a little too strong. Story of the game from beyond the arc for Humber. A lot of their shots have just been a little too strong.
And they've only made 4 3-pointers in the game.
Guazon, mid-range jumper is not going to fall. Winner Josephs picks it up. Bapti has it in her hands. Sarah Bapti down low is looking for Destiny. Still is able to corral it. Destiny trying to find Peel inside. Jump ball.
Looks like it's going to stay with Humber here. A couple subs coming in for the Mountaineers, but we have a timeout on the floor now. The Hawks are getting their stops, especially late. I think that's 4 or 5 straight stops, but they just haven't been able to transition that into any sort of offense right now. A little bit of forcing the issue from the Hawks offense here in the last few possessions. I think that's a good timeout here. Try to settle your team down. You got the ball back, 11 on the shot clock. See if you can run a set play here to at least cut this lead to 5 or 6.
You got to find something. Somebody has to step up. Beverly O'Meara has stepped up mightily. She did that in the second and third quarter, but who is it going to be in the fourth? Humber, they want to stay perfect. They got to conquer this demon that has been the Mohawk Mountaineers for the past 2 years. Humber have not been able to win a lot of games against this team. Again, one win. That was back on October 30th, 2024. They won here at home. It was about almost a 20-point win. But other than that, one win in the last 5 outings, including the gold medal match. And it would be sweet for the Hawks to get a little bit of revenge first time against Mohawk.
Definitely in the back of their minds for sure. See if they try to find Bapti here on the screen play. 11 on the shot clock, got to go a little bit quick.
Bapti, that's a little bit of an offline pass from Winter Josephs, but it works. Winter Josephs looking for something. Bapti loses it in the corner, and it's another just open possession that's not going to come away with anything for Humber.
And that was awkward right from the beginning with Winter Josephs inbounding. Almost lost her footing inbounding the ball. And it's been a tough night for Winter Josephs offensively. That was her 5th turnover of the game.
You look at the numbers, 2 of 3 from the field for Bapti, 2 of 10 for Bonnick. They're getting their opportunities, they just haven't been able to sink them yet. They're trying to shoot out of the woes. Wide open is Anderson, and you can't do that to 33.
I mean, that's way too much daylight. Anderson, eyes lit up when the defense spilt back.
Joseph trying to respond with a 3 of her own, too strong, crashing down.
That's going to be Mountaineers' ball here.
Sophie and Bonnet crash to the court.
But you said it, Zach, you're trying to shoot your way out of this from distance, and it's just not going to happen. The way that they've been shooting here tonight, especially from 3, it's just not in the recipe. When the Hawks have had their success here tonight, it's been on the defensive side, creating turnovers, moving in transition, and we just haven't seen that here in the fourth.
To Howie, and Oliver working. Drain now for 3 off the front of the rim. Martin Brown will get the rebound, and well, Humber, 4:40 left to go in this game. They got to find a spark. Who is it going to be? They go down low to Bonnick. Bonnick one-on-one with Oliver. Bonnick to the rim. There you go. Get her hot in the paint. That is their game plan. It's been their plan all game long. Just hasn't been able to come to fruition just yet. Sophie answers.
Vanessa Silver.
One-on-one with with Marion Martin.
Great patience by Sophie there.
Bapti finds Martin. She's gonna swing a three, and it's too strong. Again, the double-double machine here in Kendra Oliver, another rebound. Game high, 17th board. Into the corner to Howie. Can't get it to fall. Anderson's crashing for the board. Anderson, the bucket, and the foul. It's a career shooting night for number 33, 24 points. Excuse me, 25 actually. What a night for the fifth-year vet out of Whitby, Ontario.
Maddie Anderson at the line shooting one.
And just no answer tonight for Anderson. What a display.
Timeout.
As we'll have another timeout from Humber. But it's the Maddie Anderson show here tonight. Up to 25 points. And she's doing it down low, but the three-point shooting, 40% from three here tonight. And has sparked this Mountaineers team. It's their largest lead of the night. It's 13.
Well, the story coming into the game was obviously these two juggernauts of teams going at it. During the pregame, the story was, what's going on with Joanna Smith? Is she healthy? Is everything okay? Well, Matty Anderson just said, hey, don't forget about me.
Why aren't you talking about me?
Yeah, highlight me. She's having herself a tremendous game. I mean, highlights galore for number 33 here tonight.
Top 20 in the league is Anderson in points per game. She only averages about 13. But lately she's been starting to heat up, and especially tonight.
This game not only is a battle of 1 and 2 in the West, but it's a battle of number 4 and number 9 in the nation. Mohawk 4th overall in the CCAA rankings, Humber 9th. Right back to Bapti, trying to find something. Shoulder shot here, sinks it. You gotta get a big stop here if you're Humber. Good trap defense, Oliver in the corner, nowhere to go, just flings it, and everybody was pushed up but to Howie. And the travel is gonna be called. That's what you need. We've seen head coach CJ Nafuente utilize that full court press every single game. You got to do it here.
And they kind of steered away from it here in the second half. We haven't seen much of it. Now with 3 minutes left, looks like it's going to be on full display.
Bapti, another mid-range jumper. It's not going to go. Rebounded by Sophie. And a connection there as Oliver goes down. Foul on Sophie. And Kendra Oliver went down quickly. There was contact with Persia Martin Brown.
Oh, that's big. Bapti on the other end picks up her 5th foul. So Hawks, just like the Mountaineers, lose their top points per game player, with some concern on the floor right now for Oliver.
Again, Kendra Oliver is having herself a career night on the boards. 17 rebounds. She's 5 of 9 from the field. We saw her early in the game. She took a pretty heavy hit, was able to come right back into this game. Here, there was contact. It looked up in the head area. And still down, though. It's just concerning. Obviously, you never want to see a player go down with an injury. especially a player that's having such a great night.
Yeah, she's had a heck of a ball game. And it's been a physical affair between these two teams, something that, you know, you would expect with two of the best defenses in the league. You know, they love to create turnovers. And it's definitely been a physical affair.
Well, from top to bottom, Maddie Anderson leads the way. 27 points scored for number 33. 9 of 16 from the field, 4 of 10 from beyond the arc, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. And she has 6 rebounds as well to add on to her night. It has just been a sensational night out of number 33. And down the rest of the season, if Mohawk is able to combine Smith and Anderson like this, I mean, it can be scary.
It's a dangerous group, that's for sure. And, you know, watching them here tonight, there's not a lot of weaknesses on this team. Mentioned it multiple times, defensively, they're the best, if not the best.
Defensively, the best. I mean, offensively, they've ranked first in points per game, second in field goals made per game, first in field goals attempted per game, second in three-pointers made per game. I mean, this is a team that their offense is always exploding. Humber, on the other hand, they've done just that as well. I mean, Humber has been sensational to start the year. When you look at the box score for the Hawks, everybody, and I mean everybody, is scoring. It's not like it's been a one-person show. O'Meara has 12 points. Bapti had 9. Destiny had 7. Joseph has 7. Bonnick has 7. Everybody is scoring for the side of the Hawks. It has just been so tough to try to, beat this Mohawk team that just shows their offense is so strong. As, again, multiple athletic trainers are out still with Kendra Oliver. She's responding, so it's looking like she's okay that way. And she'll rise up here, get the ovation. She's, again, a little bit shaken up. It was a contact up in, I looked either like the right eye or just in the head area, but she is sitting up now and looks like she's going to be hopefully okay. So Oliver will get some help off the court here. And again, what happened after that, it was the 5th foul on Sarah Bapti. Vanessa Sophie will go to the line to shoot 2. First one there is good.
Yeah, big loss for the Hawks with Bapti out here, the quarterback of this offense, with 2:45 to go. So someone's got to step up here with the Hawks stuck 14.
Destiny trying to find an opening, can't see it there. O'Meara pulls up for 3 and in and out right there for Beverly O'Meara. Rebounded by Williams, and 2:30 left to go here in this one. Mohawk, they're starting to run away with it. Anderson. DeHowie and Anderson working together. Down low. And punched away, Marion Martin. Carino winner, Josephs. Guarded closely by DeHowie. Calling for the pick and roll here. Trying to cut baseline, sees an opening. And look at that. I mean, you look away from the play, it's Maddie Anderson making the play underneath. The charge was called on Carino winner Josephs, and it looks like she's down in a little bit of pain. It looks like it's that left leg.
Yeah, Anderson, you said it, doing it everything here tonight as Hunter Joseph falling hard on the ground there. But yeah, Anderson just all over it. Doing it offensively, defensively. Picks up her first charge of the game. So a couple late injuries here on both sides. Looks like Winter Josephs will get up here with a little bit of help, which is a good sign. The Hawks with some work to do. The Mountaineers, it's really been, Zach, a start to finish type of game. They're 2 minutes away, obviously, from closing this out, but the Mountaineers have been excellent from the very beginning.
The largest lead for the Hawks was 2 points, and that was back with 9:54 left to go in the first quarter. It has been Mohawk ever since.
The foul was on number 3, Karina Winter Josephs. Personal foul number 2, team foul number 4.
And again, we knew this game would get a little bit chippy. It's a back and forth affair. These two teams, two of the best in Ontario. They are going at it here. Martin Brown staying active on defense, and it's been a good return game here for Persia Martin Brown. Look for her to continue to make an impact on this squad. Again, she was impactful last year, started 9 games for Humber. Try to swing it down low. Williams looking for DeHowie, and out of bounds once more.
Well, not a lot of margin for error here if you're Humber. Can't really afford any more buckets. Mountaineers just fighting the clock here, just watching this one go.
Anderson guarded closely by O'Meara. Now it's Sophie finding an opening down low to Anderson. And Hattie Anderson fouled again by Persia. And she'll go to line to shoot too. How about the career day it's been? I believe this would be a season high for Maddie Anderson. I'll have to double check to confirm that, but it would be. Her last season high was 23 against Lambton in their victory there on November 8th. Here's Saleha Joseph, and that three a little bit too strong. Mohawk, they have just starting to run away with it here in the late stages of this fourth quarter.
Anderson has really shown everything that she's got in the bag here tonight. Not only her ability to create on her own, but the ability to shoot from distance as well.
Anderson has it again, and why not? Break 30. Mid-range J, there it is. It is a 30 bomb at a number 33. She's at 31 points on the night.
So smooth as Anderson. And it's really been since the first quarter. Just Hawks haven't had any answer for Anderson here tonight. Off to a good start in the first quarter. Hawks thought maybe they could just keep her behind the three-point line. She responded with a couple big threes in that second quarter to really change the tide. And then here in this fourth quarter, she's up to double digits in this quarter alone, and a huge performance for Anderson.
This is a career high night for Maddie Anderson. 31 points, beats her previous career high of 30 against Lambton back on November 23rd, 2024.
Looking for more.
Yeah, why not? Why not continue to look for more? Sophie, down low. Sophie puts the shot up off the rim, not gonna go, rebounded by Destiny. Martin now will take it. And with 30 seconds left to go, Humber just going to try to get some points on the board. They get some, but shot clock turned off, 21.4 left to go. The Mohawk Mountaineers drive down the mountain from Hamilton, come to Etobicoke, and they move on to 7-0 on the year. They are winners of 5 out of the last 6 played against the Humber Hawks, as Persia Martin-Brown just steals it away. Why not put it up for another shot? She tried to. Rebound there for Maddie Anderson. And that's it. 7-0 on the year are the Mohawk Mountaineers, led by 5th-year senior Maddie Anderson.
A heck of a performance by the Mountaineers. Just from start to finish, a clinic of a road game for the Mountaineers, coming on the road here tonight and continuing the perfect season. Really, since the halfway mark of last season, the Mountaineers have picked up their play, defending provincial champions, and they show it why here tonight with a clinic from start to finish, defensively, in the paint, three-point shooting on the back end of Maddie Anderson. You mentioned it, career high performance, and they needed it, and they got it. A big win on the road here for the Mountaineers. Hawks looking for answers here tonight.
Well, the Humber have 2 more games in 2025 left to go. They're on the road at St. Clair on the 29th and then at Lambton on the 30th. This is their final home game before the new year. So from everybody here at HSN, we want to wish you and your families a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will see you guys back here for women's basketball January 14th when the Fanshawe Falcons come to town. But for now, stay tuned for the men's teams coming up after this one.